Here we go. Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of the More Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Devin Moore, and of course, I don't have Kyle with me. I have another special guest with me and a good friend of mine down here in South Georgia. I'm going to let him introduce himself. Sam, the floor is all yours.
How you doing? My name is Sam Skaggs. I am the owner-operator of Kraken Pro Wrestling, and I am here to talk to you not only about my show coming up March 30th, but, we're going to find out a little bit more about myself today.
Okay, that's all right. He's the promoter for a new promotion down here in Tifton, Georgia, Kraken Pro Wrestling. Of course, Sam, my first question is going to be, what inspired the name Kraken to you? Like, what made you think, oh man, Kraken's the way to go?
So it was a long process. I was hitting up the promoter I was working with, and I was the booker for the promotion, and I was, trying to see about doing some shows. And that didn't work out too well. It's okay. Things happen like that. So I just thought to myself, let me start my own thing. So I started making up some names like Energizer Pro or Electric Pro Wrestling, something cheesy like that. And I was like, I can't really make anything with that. Um, so I started looking at different types of promotions and different bigger worldwide things. I was like, I can't really make anything up. So I was looking at Dragon Gate, which was like, that's a pretty great name. I thought this was pretty cool. It's not different from a lot of the other things I see. And I was like, let me look up different types of mythological creatures. So, of course, your unicorn, your trolls, your fairy, other things popped up. That scared me to death.
Sorry,
Um,
it's my wife's dog. I'm surprised he didn't jump up here. The neighbor's dog might be out. Sorry about that.
Lord,
Anyway, unicorn.
got me. Unicorn, trolls, stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, these are kind of lame. And then I saw Kraken, and I was like, huh, I like that. And then I was like toying with it and thinking about it. And I was like, man, South Georgia, we're in the middle of nowhere. We're in the deep of the South. You know what? It'll find you before you find it. And it's going to, it's in the depths. And I was like, okay, I think I got it. And then I made the logo. It was pretty cool making it up. And I did a lot of
Mm.
editing. We used some AI tools, changed it around, did some cool stuff with it. And boom, it just looked sweet. Uh, and started rolling. It just things started snowballing from there. When I'm on it, I'm passionate. I'm rolling. Um, so yeah, Kraken was born out of the need and necessity. For one, I'm booked and I'm popular 5 hours away, but I got a kid now, and
Mm.
I'm trying to bring things to this area. And in terms of local wrestling, there's not a lot. So I wanted to create and cultivate something to give to not only to this area, but selfishly, I'm trying to do something for myself.
Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't go with. So it's funny. I'm just gonna do a little spoiler for my show coming out later this year. There's actually a thing called kaiju wrestling. I'm
Hmm.
surprised you didn't do kaiju when you were thinking of like mystical creatures, but there actually is a promotion called kaiju wrestling. So I'm glad you didn't
Yeah.
go with that
Well,
kind of
also
name,
there's just a
because
lot
honestly,
of
that's where
buddies
my
of
mind
mine that
went.
are named Kaiju this and Kaiju that, and
Yeah,
I can't.
you can't.
No, I just can't.
I mean, I like the idea with.
It's
I mean,
cool.
Kraken
It's
makes
really
sense
cool. I
because
just
again,
can't.
yeah, it's
I feel
cool.
like I'm gonna let them have it if they want it. And also if there's one already out there, definitely wasn't gonna go for kaiju because that's not the word that comes to my brain when I start thinking mythological creatures. Hydra.
Really, well, Hydra. See, it makes sense, especially with this the market that Tipton's in. It just
Yeah.
makes sense, and I'm excited for the first show. And my follow up question, which you kind of already answered slightly, do you have any wrestling background yourself, or you just been a pure promoter?
So I've promoting's been in my blood. It's definitely a thing that I've just been accustomed to and brought into early. I've been in a lot of rock bands, acting, other projects in terms of like performance. And so, the promoting aspect is just part of that. It's what the baseline is. Um, Being brought up, yeah, I have a little bit of actual amateur wrestling, but I'm not really great at it. Definitely don't remember anything from it because I was freshman year of high school, and 13 years ago. Um, so yeah, with wrestling, I found a place in Valdosta, and that's where I met Jay and Prot the Croc and Brother Azrael.
Mm,
And we trained up. We had a great opportunity to perform in front of a lot of people, and on Wednesday nights we would do our shows, and we'd pack out like 300 people
okay.
in a room, and that's on a Wednesday night. That's an amazing thing. And it was all from the grassroots style promotion where we would go out, put signs up, flyers, and get on as much as we could to promote our show. Um, yeah, like, it would be a constant battle to keep our names in the light, and that was what we were taught, and I'm still using it to this day.
Okay. Yeah, no, you talk about getting your name out there. We've done that too here a few times, so I feel that. So, whoops, I forgot notes here. Okay, what type of action, or you know what? Since the first show's coming up, and just kind of, I know this is kind of a broad question, but what kind of excitement can we expect out of the first show ever of Kraken Pro Wrestling?
Uh, well, I got a crafted card that I have carefully cultivated and grown to show that these guys, one, not only hit hard, but they are talent that are worth grabbing your attention. They are exciting. They are
Mm,
people that are professionals and could put on great quality matches. Um, whether it be from the guys that are just starting out to the guys that are very experienced and know what to do and how to help others get better. Um, I think the team I got on this show is very talented.
okay, that's like I'm excited for the main event, honestly. And of course, there's the undercard looks pretty good too, especially the bigger guy. Oh gosh, the coming out of the jungle. He's in the undercard. You said it in your news
Man,
report that the
you talking
Tanner
about
came and got him.
wait, who?
It's the oh
Young
god,
Mighty
it's the
Joe?
younger. Yeah, Young Money Joe. I was like, I can't think of his name.
Yo, Young Mighty Joe. So I found his handler, and they were trying, they were talking to me, and they're like, "Hey, I got a guy. He's, he don't really talk good, but he can wrestle." Oh Lord, son. Uh, he's running around screaming. Um, so Young Mighty Joe is actually, he can't really talk good, but he can apparently wrestle. So his
Uh,
handler actually signs him up for these bookings, and he's kind of like Tarzan in a way. So he doesn't really understand technology. He has a guy handling his page. There's just he comes in, he's just booked for the show, and he's hopefully he does a great job. I'm excited. Um, I'm hoping I'm hoping for the
Lord,
safety of my
Lord, you.
wrestlers and my fans that he knows what he's doing.
Oh Lord, you think he's Lord? You don't think he's going to end up picking up somebody and just start throwing him from the crowd, do you?
He might come in with a pack of wolves. We never know. Like honestly, I'm hoping that the handler knows and it can be professional. I think he could possibly point him just in the right direction, and we'll see what young Mighty Joe does.
Oh, don't worry, Sam. It makes you feel any better. I'll sit up front, so if he grabs me, you're like, oh no, oh it's just Devin. Okay, he just threw Devin. It's
Yeah. Well, it's a
okay.
free show, so you didn't lose too much. Uh,
Yeah,
but
for
in
real.
terms of my card matches,
Uh,
the main event is amazing. We got Jay Too Strong and Brandon Watley, two hard hitting
mm,
dudes, cool professionals. I booked them on this show, and I know that Jay is claiming he's the Kraken killer, or he's hired by that nasty old Justin Case to cause havoc. And I'm going to be real honest with you guys. Uh, I hope that whatever they do, it just makes me money or keeps me in the city and can provide quality entertainment. Um, as long as they don't overstep boundaries, I think they're going to be fine. I think that just in case is um, eventually going to get what's coming to him. That's fine. That's him. Uh, but Jay Too Strong, I believe, is a very talented man and could get the job done. Brandon Watley, though, is he hits so hard. I mean, the guys are going to go at it. They're going to have a great match. It's going to be that kind of Japanese strong style, but with a lot of that southern
mm.
flair to it. and character work. Um, we got Trevor Aon and Trey Shaw. Trevor Aon's been to Japan. He's well traveled, looks great as a TV ready talent. At any moment, somebody could snatch him up. And then Trey Shaw is all well on his way. He's a younger guy, but he has all the passion and fire to possibly be on that next level. He's just waiting for that one person to just go. That's my guy. So a lot of these guys are hungry. A lot of these guys are very professional, very strong. They look great. They know what they're doing. And so I think that with this card, it's just going to take one person to say, okay, I see what they're doing. And they're going to want to get these guys and take them to the next level.
Okay. That's pretty good. You actually already answered my next question, asking about besides Jay Too Strong and Brendan Watley, what other match on your card do you think is going to be phenomenal as well? Which you kind of already answered. Anybody else you're looking at your card, you're like, oh man, this match.
There's going to be some great things going on. You can say that the Trey Shaw and Brandon Watley, Trey Shaw and Trevor Aon, Brandon Watley and Jay Too Strong's great. It's going to be great matches. I'm excited for the open challenge. I don't know what's going on. Young Mighty Joe might do something cool. I don't know what's going on there. I'm really just hoping that they follow to what I'm trying to do here. I got a lot of great matches on here. What are you looking forward to? What matches are you like wanting to know about? Is there anything you're wanting to know?
Honestly, the one match that comes to mind is what you call it. You call it the Haas fight on your card, and I'm just curious what it means by like a Haas match. Because like I'm a wrestling fan myself, but like
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of like in and out of it, and I'm slowly getting back into it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never heard the term Haas fight. Can you kind of explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, that's probably on me because that is a kind of inside baseball term. Uh, when you talk
Mm-hmm.
about somebody being a hoss, right? What do you think about?
I honestly thought like pigs or something, but I was like, no, I said no, that doesn't make any sense. But then I
No,
was thinking no disqualification, and I was like,
no.
no.
So I am sorry for that. That is probably on me as a promoter to not clarify. So a hoss fight, typically a bigger guy, your heavyweights, your above average size dudes that just look strong or intimidating or just are thicker, right? We call those hosses.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know
Ah,
your Mark Henrys or your not Big Show because that's a giant. Uh, your thicker, heavier guys, Goldberg for one, right? They're called hosses, and they're typically your football
okay.
player build, like your defensive lineman style. You would like thicker guys that can handle the weight they have and power through. Um, those are typically hosses. And so we got Brother Azrael and we got the Mongrel. They're honestly they've had this match at Pro South, which is why I booked it because I saw how hard they were hitting each other and how massive they were throwing. Like they were throwing these two massive guys around. They were fighting each other, and just the amount of force they needed to fight and get these moves and just do the damage they were doing was just it was amazing in itself. So I'm excited for the fact that they're able to go out there and show that it's not just the high flyers, it's not just your striker style matches, not just it. And I will say that the Mongrel is has an MMA background. Brother Azrael
Hmm.
is a 300 pounder plus, and he uses his body really well. He's fast. I'm excited to see how they do and to bring that to this area and explain that and bring something like that to Tifton.
Okay. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, just when I first saw the card, I was scratching my head. But now that you got in more depth, which I should have known when I saw the graphic, and just my mind, I was like, yeah, let me ask him real fast just to make sure I'm on the same page. But I appreciate you going in depth about that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, going on about the card. So you've just issued, like I said, Justin Kane's just issued an open challenge Is there a possibility that you might jump on, or if you think anybody else on that card will take the challenge? Which I know you just mentioned.
Um,
Um,
I mean, there's a
the
lot of great talent.
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
mean, I got them listed below on the lower card, and I know there's even more guys than that. I mean, I'd like to see Justin Case versus Will Huckabee. Maybe Lamar Diggs. I mean, those guys are pretty great. I mean, I know the Sweeper has a great following. Uh, there's a lot of guys on there that they could possibly challenge Justin Case if Justin Case would follow the rules and maybe fight for himself. Hopefully, hopefully. But no, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I think Justin Case is going to, turn tail and run. I booked this match because I wanted to see the belt off of Justin Case, and I hope that somebody answers the call
Yeah,
and takes it off of him. If not, I might do it myself. I don't care. No lawyer is going to stop me. Hold on.
you're gonna do it
I'm going
yourself.
to rephrase that. Hold on.
Uh,
I'm going to say Justin Case cannot stop me. I know where he lives. I know where he works. And guess what? That ain't going to stop the fact that mealy mouth, suit wearing uh, idiot could actually stop the talent that I have booked on this show.
okay, man. I can't see now. You got me more excited for that. Now, all right, I'm ready to see it. Oh man, that's pretty good. So I actually, this is another question I had. You just announced this 2 days ago. You just added another championship match. You added the IWE Mayhem Champion match against Carl Hager versus Charlie Anarchy. And my question I have for you: how were you able to land another promotions championship? I kind of want to know like the sports legal aspect of it, in a sense, if you're allowed to
So
answer that today.
with pro wrestling, you're more likely to have a camaraderie. So,
Mm-hmm.
with the people that you do work with and are able to talk to on the regular, and I'm just starting out as a promoter, so I'm getting help from different facets. So, but one, I had the match booked before Charlie became champion, but since
Okay.
Jay Too Strong, me, and Will Huckabee, we all wrestle at IWE um, as the All Star Special. We uh, we have some friendship and camaraderie going there. So talking with them, Charlie expressed to me that he would like to defend his title on the first show of Kraken Pro Wrestling, and I said, you know what? If you can talk to them and they talk to me and we get together, maybe we could come up with something. So Carl actually helped Charlie win the belt, and Carl expressed that I'd like to cash in on that since I helped him. I would like to do it on this show as well and have a championship match. And I say, well, it looks like we're having things come together. So after talking to IWE management, good old Tim Blackman, Josh, and Tim, Josh, and James, they all banded together and talked. And I expressed to them what I would like to do for my show. And since they are both IWE talent and they are used there, they said yes. So
Okay.
I'm excited. I'm very thankful for IWE allowing me to use their champion on my show. Same with Sunbelt. I appreciate that I'm able to use the Sunbelt champion just in case.
Okay. So
But
basically, it's just like anything else in sports. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, yeah, it's just working together and just being transparent with what you're trying to do with a business and tell them like, hey, I'm trying to do this. Would it be okay by you? And just they allow certain things, and they'll, if they want to, they can actually promote it on their show.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was just curious because like I have a sports management degree, so like when it comes to like contracts and things like that, I've learned it. So I'm over here like, how did you land? I'm like, how did you land another promotion championship? But obviously, it's just like both parties agree that.
It's a simple
Okay.
conversation, and sometimes it's paperwork, sometimes it's just, hey, I appreciate what you're doing.
Okay. That's what I thought. I just like to nitpick people because I'm like, all right, how did you know what I mean? I didn't know if you literally sat there with like a presentation. You know what I mean? You're like, hey, I need this. So what happened was, I'm just trying to make sure I recap it right. They were already booked on your card, but while they were wrestling for IEW, one of them became the champion, and so
Yes.
it just kind of happened.
Yeah.
Okay, that's also what
He
I figured.
he said, "Hey, it's your Charlie said, hey, it's your debut show. I would like to defend my title." And I said, "Okay, well, we have to talk to your people and my people." And yeah, it just all come together after a good conversation, and they allowed me to use their champion.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so that was like one of my like the sports management in me was like, let me ask. So my next question for you is there any promotion? Is there any promotion you would love to on in a future show? Is there any promotion you would love to either do a crossover with or just combine together? Any promotion in particular?
If I'm gonna do in association with, I'm gonna say IWE is really good to me as a wrestler, and I would love to do some work with them and across the board. Um, if I could find a, uh, there's a lot of great promotions. So I'm gonna just say the door's wide open, if that makes sense. I'm gonna just give a good
Mm-hmm.
baseline right there. I'm gonna say the door is wide open for conversation. I don't know about an invasion type thing. I definitely don't know about like a versus thing, but I do say that if
Mm-hmm.
with Kraken, I'm trying to showcase people and bring wrestling to my area. Yes, I'm also trying to bring great talent and expose them to new markets. So if I'm able to like have their talent on the my show and bring them to new markets, hopefully grow this thing, I'm absolutely open. I'm definitely open to do business and talk to them and say, hey, in association with whatever promotion wants to hit me up, I am definitely having my doors open.
Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. So let me ask you this: since we're that's, I got one more question for you left, Sam. I know I didn't want to take up too much of your time because we're almost at the very first. We're like what 10? No, not 13 days away from the show.
Yes, as of this recording.
So I'm yeah, as is recording, 13 days away from the show. I didn't want to. Obviously, I know you got some bigger things. I'm sure you got more bigger things. So I didn't want to take up too much of your time today. But before I ask you the last question, where can the folks find Kraken Pro Wrestling on social media?
Yes, you can find Kraken Pro Wrestling on Facebook. You can actually check us out there. You can see my personal page, Sam Skaggs, and if you're friends with me, that's cool. If not, if you're trying to get booked, please email the Kraken page at Kraken Pro Wrestling 2024 at gmail.com. I don't really care for DMs, people trying to get booked. Be a professional, have your resume, send it to the email, have your video and promotional packages ready. um, that is the easiest way to get there. I would prefer if people follow directions that way. I hate that, when I say, hey, if you want to join the team and you want to wrestle here, email us, right? And the people will instead, hey, I'm going to just send them a direct message. That's going to cut it out. No, I'd rather have it nice, concise, and right there in the email so I can look at it. Everything's there with the links. It's not me scrolling through my phone. Uh, that's the best way to do it. If you're looking for us on social media, Facebook is as the best place to go. Um, yeah, I think that's the two strongest ways to go and find Kraken Pro. And you can actually find us in person. You can find us at March 30th at the park, Fullwood Park in Tifton, Georgia, 7 p.m. You can see us with our show and our amazing talent.
Yeah. All right. So last question right here, Sam. Like always when we do this show, we always like to end like a fun question. And
Mhm.
you kind of when you did your not episode when you did your promotion with CBS 44, you were wearing a Naruto Akatsuki shirt.
Yeah.
And so let me ask you this: out of any anime characters out there, who do you think as an anime character would make a good pro wrestler? If you had to pick one.
Uh, so there's a lot. I feel though at the problem of superpowers or energy blasts are a problem in wrestling, and I definitely don't want to have that. Um,
All right, here
give me
I'll rephrase. Okay, but so we'll take out their powers we'll
without
take
the
their powers out of
superpowers.
question because obviously, yeah, no superpowers, just their physical strength alone.
Okay. Then give me. Oh man. Yeah. Great Hercule. That's it. We're just gonna put Hercule in there from Dragon Ball Z. It makes the most sense.
Oh my
And also,
gosh,
I think people would pay
it
a lot of
does.
money to see Hercule. Um,
Think
yeah,
so?
yeah, absolutely,
I think he,
absolutely.
I think him and Justin Cage would probably be a good tag team duo.
Oh
You
man,
could see
I
it,
feel
couldn't you?
like they would be absolutely a threat to be reckoned with. Also, we got to think here. Hercule is he's still martial arts trained.
Yeah, that's funny. So if I had to pick my answer, I'm gonna stick to the Dragon Ball Z universe. I'm gonna go with actually he's the strongest human, and that's Krillin
I
because
thought
he's technically
TN.
the strongest. Which that's a whole.
Why isn't TN
I,
though?
dude, I could say for somewhere, dude, I went down a rabbit hole one day, and apparently they say it's Krillin,
Mentally, he's
but
a lot
Tien Krillin.
stronger.
I just don't know, man. I say Krillin physically wise, but mental wise, like for like in strength, like in ring condition, I'm going Tien just because he could handle the in shape conditioning.
Yeah.
So I'd
Um.
say Tien.
Let's
That's a
see.
good Herc is a good one.
Yeah. Let's see. Is that everything we need today?
Yeah, but all right. But hey, if you guys enjoyed the episode, like I said, I know this is a short one. I didn't want to keep Sam too long today because he's trying to promote the show. We're like this close away from the Kraken's first pro wrestling debut show. But hey, you can listen to our stuff, the More Sports Podcast, available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, and now iHeartRadio. And of course, we have Kyle's show, The Random Hour, which is
Yeah.
also available on iHeartRadio, Spotify, all three major platforms. In our movie podcast of the week, Popcorn Buckets, where we review a movie every Sunday. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Random Corporate, where you'll see the video version of this episode and some other original content we made along the way. And we're also on Twitter at Rando Corporate One and on Instagram as Bucket Boys 2023. Sam, any last words you'd like to say?
Yes, I would like to say, and I want to promote the real reason I'm here today. Yes, come out to the Fullwood Park in Tifton, Georgia, where there will be free wrestling for you to enjoy with you and your family. Come on out. There's going to be drinks, popcorn, stuff like that. And I'm going to have some vendors out there. You come out and watch some amazing wrestling, amazing talent. Kraken Pro Wrestling debuts in Tifton, Georgia, March 30th, 7 p.m. at Fullwood Park. Bring your own chair and enjoy the comfort of whatever you bring. I don't care if it's wagons. I don't care if you come out bringing sofas. I hope to see all of you there having a great time and seeing what amazing wrestling I can bring to the city.
Okay. Until next time, guys.